For this video, I want to talk about strength training for BJJ. Now, as far as grappling or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, when it comes to strength training, that's kind of a loaded thing, and let's understand what this video is going to be about. I'm going to tell you what I feel to be the fundamentals of strength training to improve your grappling or your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is not a video where I'm going to show you a workout routine, because understand this, there isn't any one workout routine to improve your grappling. But in this video, I just want to explain to you a way of exercising, a way of doing your strength training that will enhance your jiu-jitsu. And the base of any strength training routine meant to enhance or improve your grappling is functional training. Functional. Look, you could just lift weights. You could do your show muscles as far as do your isolated lifting and all that stuff. You can train, like lift weights the way that you currently lift weights and strength train, and it will do something. You will have improvements. It will increase your strength. It will make your muscles bigger. Like, strength training is strength training at a basic level. It will help, but it could tighten the wrong areas, make you move a certain way, and honestly, it could hamper or hinder your grappling. So getting into a mindset of training functionally, functional strength training, compound movements like squats or deadlifts, where your whole body is engaged through the strength training. You're not just isolating specific muscle groups. Now, one of the biggest tools when it comes to functional strength training, in my belief, are kettlebells. Now, this was introduced to me when I first started jiu-jitsu. I think when I was about to become like white belt and blue belt, I had a professor and he introduced me to kettlebells. He would like sing the praises of kettlebells and how it was going to make our jiu-jitsu better. And I don't think I ever really trained with kettlebells. I think I had been through a few workout routines doing CrossFit, and I was introduced to bells sort of, but he really pushed us learning to train and use kettlebells. At the very least, incorporating kettlebell swings, which I've done a video previously explaining how that is one of the most important exercises for grappling or striking. So that opened my mind. And then of course I was doing CrossFit for a while, and again, more incorporation of kettlebells. And the more I started to do it, I started to understand why kettlebells, learning to do your strength training with kettlebells, is one of the most beneficial ways of strength training when it comes to trying to enhance your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or your grappling. Now, why is that? Why kettlebells? A kettlebell is referred to just basically a cannonball with a handle on it. What makes this piece of exercise equipment, or what a lot of us who do a lot of kettlebells refer to it as like a portable gym. I've always felt that like if you were to strip all the equipment, gym equipment away, or leave me on an island and give me one piece of equipment, I would just need a kettlebell. If I have a kettlebell, I can work my entire body. And the reason the kettlebell is so beneficial when it comes to grappling is because primarily it gives you great core stability, core strength. And it's one of the best things you can possibly use to strengthen your posterior chain, which is the back half of your body. So how does it work your core and your entire body? Well, basically you're taking this weight, this ball, this iron ball, and you're swinging it out away from your body. Most weights are stacked. You do bench press, you're laid back, the weight is stacked over your body, you're safe. Deadlifts are below you, you pick it up, you drop it, you're safe. Squat rack, the barbell is stacked on your shoulders. There are positions that we stack the kettlebell, obviously when we rack it and stuff like that, and we do stack it when we push it overhead, but ultimately some of the primary and even more sophisticated kettlebell movements, you are swinging and moving that bell out away from your body. So to be able to control that weight in those moments, you have to use a lot of your stabilizers and primarily your core, as again, the bell, the weight is swinging out away from your body. And you have to engage almost your entire body to move that bell in a safe, fluid way to complete the exercises that you're doing. I won't get into all the exercise science. There's some people that theorize that, you just get thicker, denser muscle tissue from using kettlebells and all that. I'm just gonna talk about the benefits that I have felt over, God, it's been over 10 years now of me using kettlebells, over 12 years of me using kettlebells regularly in my strength training routine, and primarily to enhance my martial arts, my jiu-jitsu and my Muay Thai. By strengthening stabilizer muscles and through swings and stuff, you're also using some fast twitch muscles. It hits your body as far as conditioning in a way that if you have not done like high rep swings, clean and jerks, or just like a really intense kettlebell workout, You haven't felt that full body exhaustion from it, but it is similar to when you're grappling. So that's another benefit of using kettlebells. It's like strength and conditioning. It feels like you get conditioning out of it. It's like you just did burpees or something. So again, at the base of the advice that I am giving you in this video, you need to look at functional strength training. And in line with that advice, I'm telling you that kettlebells are a great functional training tool, if not the best functional training tool. Now, you could use body weight strength training, calisthenics, stuff like that is of massive benefit. Just like when you're on the ground doing jiu-jitsu, you have to get used to your body. You have to gain some body awareness. You have to learn to move around on the ground and know how to do that, and how to like be strong in certain positions and roll yourself into other positions and move another human being, another adult around with you. So bodyweight training, that's standing upright or even on the ground and just moving around, animal flow type stuff. That stuff's great because you're gaining even more body awareness in strength training movements. So bodyweight training would be next. I'd say that's a great one. So in the spirit of using another object that causes like imbalances, and you have to use a lot of muscles or your stabilizers to kind of like stabilize your body and stay strong and complete the exercises that you're doing. Another thing is what is referred to as a gata or a warrior mace. Now this is a tool that I use on a regular basis as well. It's very similar as far as you have to learn the motion of swinging this object out and away from your body, or holding it out away from your body, and you're just using more muscles. And just that type of training is just teaching your body to be strong, again, attempting to control something that's out and away from you. Now, when we're grappling, that's kind of what we're doing as well. As much as we are controlling our body, you have to have good body awareness and strength and the ability to move our own body around. Remember, you are also attempting to move another human being around, another adult, to move them off of you, to sweep them, to pass them, whatever. If you're watching this video, you train, you know what I'm saying. So understanding how to do that. Strengthening the right muscles or having the strength in the areas of being extended outward. When I teach jiu-jitsu, I teach people that extending things away from the body is how you weaken someone. When they're tight, when they keep everything tight, there's a saying that I have all the time that I covered in a previous video, be the ball. When we ball up and we keep everything tight to our body, we have better control of our frames, and we're stronger like that. The minute we start extending someone's limbs away from the center of their body, we can pass them, we can control them, we can attack those things. But when you have to create space, you have to extend your limbs away from your body a little bit. Are you strong in those positions, or do people just smash through your frames? And again, the most prevalent benefit is the core, is core strength, core stability. Being on your back or being on top, it does not matter. A strong core is probably the most important thing in grappling. Strength of your core is how you're gonna like bridge up or shrimp properly, or pass, or just stay balanced when you're getting swept or knocked around, or if you're doing mid-range passing or standing passing, whatever. So I continue to stress the benefit of these types of objects as far as strengthening your core. Now, having said that, and talking to you about that kind of training, let me leave you with this, okay? Get the proper education when it comes to using kettlebells. Get the proper education if you're gonna use warrior maces. Body weight training, you could probably figure that out if you look up some workouts and whatnot. The odds of hurting yourself aren't as high as if you were swinging a kettlebell and didn't know how to do it properly. But still, if you're gonna do any of this stuff, make sure you learn the workouts, you research them, or you have someone who is a trainer. Again, I became so obsessed with these that after I started using them and saw the benefits in my grappling, I am level 2 certified when it comes to kettlebells. I wanted to learn as much as possible and understand the training and make sure that I was doing it properly. And of course, now I'm able to train my clients effectively. But just don't go out there and pick up a kettlebell and just start winging it around, picking it up in awkward ways. You can do so much damage to your body. I'm talking head to toe, ankles, knees, back, specifically back. You could really hurt yourself. Your wrist, your elbow, it's a dangerous object if it's not wielded properly. So start slow, learn how to do proper kettlebell swings, maybe some overhead swings. You can work your way into some clean and jerks. Just do the research. There's a lot of information out there. As I always say, be careful what you consume, but just work your way into doing some solid, effective strength training with kettlebells or warrior maces or your body weight. If you still need your isolated lifts, I call those accessory days or accessory workouts or accessory exercises. So when I do like a full body, hardcore kettlebell circuit and I get like a great workout, then afterwards, I will probably do some like curls or bench press or overhead presses. If I'm looking to isolate a muscle group, I call that accessory work. But those are not the primary part of my workout. So try to keep your strength training functional. The last thing I'm gonna say is when you're doing this type of strength training or strength training in general, try to keep a moderate to high volume of reps. A strength day, you know, like a max out day, like where you're doing, I don't ever do 1 rep maxes. That's of no benefit to me in what I do. I do a minimum of like a 5 rep. If I can't pick something up 5 times, I don't care if I can pick it up 1 time. So I don't do 1 rep maxes. But if you want to do strength days like that, then just make sure you don't do any less than 5 reps. You know, if you throw like a 1 day in a week that you do like you just powerlifting on that day or whatever, that's your strength day, that's all good, man. But that can't be what you do on a regular. That will not benefit you. Rolling is brutal. Grappling is brutal. And if you can only move something 1 time, that's not going to benefit you in a roll. You got a 5-minute roll, man. You better be able to do certain movements over and over and over. So high rep is crucial. At the very least, moderate. I don't do anything less than, if it's not a strength day, regular workouts, I do 10 to 20 repetitions. There are times I do 6 or 8, but it's like wave training where I get a heavier set of kettlebells and I do 6 of this and then I do 10 of this and then 6, and it's just like mixing it up to create muscle confusion. But I don't do anything low rep. So take that into consideration. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and we'll keep this thing going. And I'll see you in the next video.